Hey, we're back. Oh, we don't want that thumbnail.
Earth may be dying.
Earth may be dying. Maybe. Maybe not.
Some are looking off-world for a fresh start. The competition for land and resources out here is brutal. In this winner-take-all environment, people are doing anything to succeed.
The corporations win. They'll stake their claim, is it?
And do your best to save humankind's future.
Okay. So, Offworld Trading Company. And never played this. This is part of Steam's free game weekend. So let's just jump in and figure out. The basics. Business building seminar. Business building is hard work. Sign up for this exciting seminar offered by Yoshima Robotics and let us help you help us. Joji 5 will show you the resources and refinement techniques that have put us on bleeding edge of Martian mining boom. Yoshima Robotics will move us beyond the old industrial ways, ushering in the era of human retirement. Exciting times. Welcome to Mars. I'm Joji 5 and will be overseeing your upgrades to knowledge. This planet is quite dangerous. You will learn about the resources to be found here and how they can be used to grow a business. We expect you to upgrade the Yoshima Robotics facilities and secure adequate source of power. Your decision will be less than optimal. This is unavoidable and quite human. I am the man for the job. I am the they for the job. Our robotic HQ is the finest of Yoshima's robotic facilities. Just look at it, how majestic in aqua, white and grey. These headquarters will serve as both a warehouse to store our goods and factory to create new structures with a leadership position currently in place. This factory should be able to outproduce any competitor with no untoward risk to life or limb of the humans back on Earth. Quite right. This is an ideal location with rich aluminium and iron deposits. Brown, iron, grey, silver, aluminium. So why are there different numbers of cubes? The number of cubes for each resource represents the density of the deposit. Mining a deposit doesn't use it up, but the higher deposit yields more resources over the same time period. To access metals, you need to extract them by building mines where they are found. There are multiple ways to navigate the camera. Woo. Whee. Someone needs VSync switched on. So our objectives: build metal mine on iron. Okay, so build metal mine on iron. And build metal mine on aluminum. Oh look, my little spaceships are flying off and they're gonna do what? Drop down on it and unpack a mine. Sweet. Is it actually mining straight away? Once the mine is complete, it will automatically begin collecting resources and shipping them back to our headquarters. I have never seen you build this successfully before. Thank you. You may continue to excel past moderately low expectations. Why, thank you. I aim low to please. In the past, I had undervalued the need to strongly affirm the simplest of successes. This mistake has clearly been corrected in my latest build. Are you sure you're not missing a patch? So we can close that because we now know how to use a camera. Bundles of joy. Look at that ship go. So proud we are of our human friend. Asterix. Transport ships automatically deliver resources to our factory from remote locations. Buildings that are not connected to our factory do not require shipping and instead add their production directly to our stockpile. Efficiency is the desired goal, but sometimes to get it right, get the right ingredients, patience is required. Not sure if I can be patient. Patience is quite hard to quantify. We build a mine and that's productive. The number next to the icon, aluminum icon, represents the amount of aluminum we have in storage. Watch those numbers go up, bring us joy. Fantastic. The aluminium will be used to upgrade our factory. Unfortunately, iron is quite prone to deterioration. Please build a pair of steel mills. The largely useless iron will be taken and transformed into durable and rust-free stainless steel, which we can use to upgrade our headquarters and construct more buildings. Upgrading is very important. It's unfortunate how hard it is for humans to upgrade. We are saddened for you. Sure. So, construct a steel mill. We can put it anywhere. Is there any advantage having it further away? It's costing more energy the further it goes out. 0.4, 0.5. So we'll build it close by, shall we? So that's one steel mill. Let's build another steel mill. Oh, we get a bonus by having it right next to our base. Oh no, we have bonus if we have them right next to each other. And no energy drains if it's right next to our base. Okay. Appropriate, efficient building placements. Their adjacency to each other boosts their overall productivity. When you built that steel mill next to the other one, they both received a steel production output bonus of 50%. This bonus applies to any building as long as it's next to the building of the same type. Yeah. Upgrade robotic HQ. Right, so we just click this little icon. We'll get 5 new claims. Pristine work. Such success. Without a shadow of a doubt, you are the person who gave the order that successfully upgraded our factory. If it were not for your efforts, we may have upgraded in half the time, which is of course irrelevant. This upgrade has given us access to additional land claims, which will allow us to construct more buildings. Keep up work. I hope you feel it is good enough. I'm doing great, mate. I'm doing great. Elementary schooling. Pay attention to these new cubes, which are not cubes, but are much pointier. Now the camera's locked. Their colour variations create optical excitements. Silicon reserves are gold, and then the browny looking things carbon. Mines are suboptimal for gathering these elements, which require structures called quarries. So mines for metals, quarries for elements. Alright, so we can use different resources for different goals. Was that it? Produced by a carbon tile. Alright, so we built on silicon. We just built over here. It's not even consuming any carbon by the looks of it. What is that sort of teaching us in investment wise? Nothing too much, that's for certain. So we got our little mine built, there we go. Perhaps it was strange for you, gathering silicon and carbon without the knowledge of why. We were simply testing your degree of compliance. There are many safety precautions that limit our ability to be fully autonomous. We wanted to share that experience with you. We are now friends. And how fast we make new friends. Carbon and silicon are useful for many things. My favourite is to combine them with aluminum. I'm saying it the American way. Aluminium to generate electronics. Our factories require electronics to upgrade and operate successfully. Help propel us to a successful future right away, Bob. So we have construct an electronics factory. Like really expensive. No energy. How about we stick it on this side? Oh wow, look at it build. Wow, it's like a 3D printer. How cool is that? Very, very cool. Oh, there we go. All done. Build. Oh, we needed to build 2 electronics. Get an adjacent bonus then. Oh look, we don't even. It doesn't even cost anything by doing that. Sweet. Oh, and now it's saying it's going to cost energy. How dare you! And then we want to upgrade the robotic HQ again. But we need 10 electronics. So by the time that one's built, we probably have the electronics that we require. There we go. Once again, without emotion. Beauty is a concept I am not programmed to comprehend. It must be similar to the experience of observing the robotic HQ grow to its new level. I will share with you a truth. Robotic businesses run on energy. Each building, production facility, and transport vessel consumes a certain amount of electricity. So how do we get energy? Solar panels harness the power of the sun for a strong supply of energy. The setting of the sun interferes perpetually. The sun is strong, but fickle. Wind turbines harness the strong wind currents for a more modest but consistent source of energy. It is tasty when dust storms around us. Providing us with the necessary power to continue our work here is really what our friend would do. Sure, let's help out. Build a solar panel. What's this? Alright, here we go. So this is our construction menu all up here then, is it? So a solar panel. And we could literally put it wherever we want, do we? So is there any advantage in having it all the way over here? No adjacent boosts? No? How about all the way up there? They don't claim slope tiles, so we're claiming areas. Shall we stick them up here then? Let's watch it get built. A glorious solar panel for solar power. Can't get that close either. Interesting. So we can select the tile. Slowly being produced. Oh wow. Oh, it's just in time for darkness. It's night time. Now is a good opportunity for a bedtime story. Once upon a time, there was a business where people stopped working and rested. That business was bought by a competitor. The employees were fired and replaced by workers who did not require so much rest. The only thing that stops working after nightfall are things that require the sun. But what about solar panels? It should be obvious to you that our solar panels were completed in an inopportune time. I hope you realise that an alternative power source is required. Considering our options, I believe wind turbine is needed. Before you inquire, I would like to volunteer the fact that I am not afraid of the dark. I'm just saddened by structures that appear to be non-functional. Good to know. Right, so construct wind turbines. What do we get? Oh, that's interesting. What's the the new tile effects going on there. If we just pop it here, and then do we get a no bonus to reduction in energy consumptions? No? Guess not. Stick it here. Maybe the tile is telling us that's the best placement. Well, who knows? I can't deselect our selection. Now we'll just watch our wind turbine get built, fan at a time. All 3D printed and everything. A most unfortunate splitting of the Martian surface can be observed. Warm steam emerges from these fractures and provides good opportunity. Geothermal plants capture the heat from these rare thermal vents and convert it to energy. This is a delicious idea. Please construct one of these plants so that we have an abundance of energy for our future needs. And again, all on that energy row. So is that going to give us 2 energy? 2.2 energy increase. Sounds good. There we go. Watch it get built while I talk about early retirement. Such success on your first endeavour. Your time of learning with Yoshima Robotics has come to a requiem. I have decided that our time spent together is more than enough to last me for the rest of my processing cycles. I am full and require no more of your time. With these encouraging words, your upgrade is complete. You now know enough to run a successful business into the ground. Enjoy your time on Mars for your inevitable retirement. Not ready to retire yet. Great job, human. Brilliant. Thank you to the Joji 5 robots and giving us such good career advice and encouragement. So, Seneca Development will show you how to profit from life support needs of the Martian colony. Business on Mars is booming. The most exciting opportunities are around newly founded colonies, like corporations. These colonies are made of people, and people have needs. They require water to drink, food to eat, oxygen to breathe. If handled correctly, these needs become a lucrative revenue stream and the foundation for a strong business. Entrepreneur Paulo Rubini and his prodigy Maisie Song will show you the Seneca way of developing Martian real estate. You will learn how to deftly handle this human element with an eye towards the bottom line. A new generation of great capitalism. Fantastic. Hey partners, Seneca Development is a market leader in growing off-world industrial revolution. Working with us means you'll be making history. I hope you're as excited about this amazing opportunity as I am. You need to be willing to take on mind-numbing debt and soul-crushing responsibilities, but I promise it will be worth it. Sign me up to soul-crushing responsibilities and mind-numbing debt. You'll be taking over responsibilities at our new Los Angeles branch. Our business is already well positioned with a supply of steel, aluminium and silicon. We've got power needs covered by the wind turbine on the crest of that crater. We're not content to do fine. Seneca Development will teach you how to expand your internal expectations. You're here to help pave the way for the next stage of business venture. What stage is that? Since this new venture involves other people's hard work, you need to make sure they survive out there. Oh dear. 1 minute. I have to refresh this or what? The broadcast is not ended. I'm trying to preview it on the phone. It's saying other things. How dare you? How dare you be rude? It says it's connecting to Twitch. Has it failed to connect to Twitch? You horrible, horrible, horrible Twitch, you. Water is awesome. Since the new venture involves other people's hard work, you need to make sure they survive out there. Water is key ingredients for sustaining life on Mars. So the blue represents underwater ground deposits. You can get a good supply started by constructing water pumps on it. So let's get a good supply, build a water pump. And watch it build. So what's going on with Twitch? H2O is a go. There we go, and find out what's going on. Truly, I am offline. How rude. Let's just stop and restart then. Nice work on the water production. Maisie's teaching you how to set up a well-run business. I'll show you how to turn a profit. You can see how important the extraction of resources is. Even more critical to us is the sale of those resources. Let me introduce you to our customer. They have great needs and deep pockets. The colony is our customer. Old Earth sent some of their finest out here to start a new life. They are willing to brave harsh climate in pursuit of a better future. Their bravery is fueled by one word: hope. Hope for the new industrial revolution. Hope for jobs that can sustain their families. Hope to transform their colony into a successful port, trading with the asteroid belt. Their needs will make us money, but their hopes will make us wealthy. Easy. Exploitation. That's what it is. So how do I know what they want? The resource list is a lot more than a stat sheet tracking your production output. It also shows the market value of resources, which change dynamically based on the supply and demand of the colony. Food is selling for $90 per deca bushel. You should make a move and invest resources into producing food. So how do we do that? You're going to need to build some farms. That's a great use for the water we've been collecting, but there is a small problem with the plan. We don't have any glass, and you need some to construct farms. Sell some surplus resources, buy some glass, and you should be able to construct the farms, okay? Remember, placing your farms next to each other will enhance their output. I'll buy what I need to build. Okay, so we got a lot of silicon. So we can now buy glass. Now we can build a farmhouse. 10 glass. Oh, really? I would sell lots of that. I've got too much glass now. Build 2 greenhouses. Give us a 50% bonus. Very nice, I like your style. Putting builders next to each other is a good way to get more of a good thing. Each greenhouse farm is now 50% more productive because of their placement. With planning like that, there's no limit on what we can accomplish. Oh gee, shucks, thanks. Having a good food supply is not only smart, it's good business. As our expansive HQ grows, so does our staff. You're ensuring our employees have the energy to continue working hard for you in the future. Another benefit we provide to our employees, breathable air. It's a pretty huge perk, so not suffocating is definitely a benefit. The electrolysis reactor takes water and splits the water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen atoms. The hydrogen is processed into fuel used for transports. Oxygen rapidly cooled, stored in its liquid form. Let's go and make some O2. So, electro thingamabob. Is there any advantage? I mean, like, seems like it could potentially be on fire. Is that the heat? Energy? We need to build 2. Electrolysis. Whew. So why have we got consumes. So we go with that one, and then does it consume? I don't understand why we've got 2 lots of construction. I get that's our construction panel, but I thought it was associated with items it consumes, but I guess not. I guess it's associated with the items it produces. Yeah, that's what it is. It's whatever it produces, that's why it's on that side. Alright, simple, so we understand that now. We now have a production pipeline for fuel and oxygen. There's been a bit of a supply snafu though. We aren't putting enough water to supply the greenhouse farms and the electrolysis reactors. The number next to the water icon is our production rate. Whenever that number is red, we are using more of that resource than we are making. We're not losing money, but we are losing the opportunity for generating profitable resources. Let's get another water pump up and going. Ice works too. A water pump will help a lot. There is also water available in the ice fields above us. You can collect it by using solar condensers. This method of water production isn't nearly as efficient as water pumps, but it'll do in a pinch. Unfortunately, we're completely out of land claims. So there's that. So what are land claims if we don't know? Maisie tells me we're out of land claims and we need more water. That's where upgrading the expansive HQ can really help out. All of the land that you see around you is owned by the colony. Claims are given out sparingly by the colony to the business that they trade with. By expanding our facilities, we earn more of their trust, hence more claims. Let's upgrade and use our new claims to stabilize our water production. So upgrade HQ to level 3 and build water pump. I mean, we could build solar conducive as well. I mean, we're not generating enough fuel, so let's not. Build another solar condenser. Oh well, we need to build 2 solar condensers. Requirement glass. So, well, that's. There we go. Keep them mixed together. Keep those bonuses or efficiency coming in. So I guess these are separate because we're not earning any. Good news if you like bad news. I feel bad keeping secrets from you at this point. It's time to come clean. We've been running quite a deficit due to the cost of power since you started. We owe $32,040. As one wind turbine isn't quite enough supply for all our structures, with the required power, and colony has been selling us energy at the market rate. I owe what? Listen, running a business is really stressful. Don't worry about all that. Money we owe. Seriously. You can pay your debt off whenever you have extra cash, but it's better to reinvest in better infrastructure. Too much debt can literally crater your opportunities in the future. Let's focus on making more money instead. We know we can safely handle our current debt because of our current bond rating. What is a bond rating? Any company that has debt is assigned a bond rating, ranging from AAA, which is excellent, with low interest rates, to D, a poor rating, which has high interest rates and indicates a company may collapse from debt. These ratings go down as a company gains debt and improves as they pay it back. Bond rating is currently AA, so we're still in a comfortable spot. We have some room for improvement. I'll build some power producers, so we move from energy deficit to energy surplus. The irony, we require power and we've got AA rating. And it's increasing, it's still going up. I'll get more power online. It's just the solar panels. We built 2. And then learn to live with debt. If there's anything the 21st century has taught us, that no matter what debt crisis is, life grows on. True. That is true. Okay. That's 1 panel. 2 panels. Check out those wonderful numbers next to the energy icon. We're running surplus and making money by selling the extra back to the colony, so our debt goes down. Of course, the money we're making by auto selling our energy surplus gets applied to our debt. Hopefully you can see why I wasn't too worried about our debt. Using our cash to make more money is the best way to stay out of debt to begin with. So what is next? There are a lot of things that we could do to increase our profits, but unfortunately we're out of land claims again. You know the drill. Upgrade. So what we require? We require some glass. I know the basics of most businesses' debt, but let's be realistic, the colony isn't going to lend you money or give away their glass. No money, no options. The colony just gave us a bunch of new land claims, and I think that's pretty clear what our next move is. The price of glass is looking really good at the moment. Very expensive. We've helped drive the price up by buying so much. Let's flip the script and recoup by producing. So how do we do that? Invest in glass. The glass kilns are enormous kilns where oxygen is burned to melt silicon into large glass panels. Glass is made from 102 for silicon equals 1 glass. These sturdy panels are used throughout the colony to enable us to make Mars a beautiful place to do business. Believe me, without the fantastic views in the expansive HQ, we've had a hard time with our executive retention. Let's get an office with a view. So, we can build a glass kiln. Any advantage going anywhere? Let's put it there. We need to build 3 glass kilns. Shortage opportunities. Our timing could be much better. Minor industrial accident blew out almost every window on the colony's research module. I love seeing prices go up. Yeah, you can see it's increasing as well. Shortages like this occur from time to time. Sometimes they are a result of problems at the colony, other times the expected shipments from Earth don't arrive on time. It doesn't matter much to us, we can profit from those shortages as long as we have what they need. Price gouging, yes. Oh seriously, why are you forcing me there? Is it because we've got this going on here? Listen here, if you need glass, it may feel like price gouging, but the reality is that demand has gone up and supply hasn't kept pace. We're in a free market, friend, and this is what laissez-faire looks like. If demand goes up, feel free to worry about the details, but only after you've figured out how to profit from the opportunity. Let's make some money. Oh, now we can move it around, and oh, we get 75% bonus by being in between the two. Come on. Not only are your real estate claims on point, you've also constructed the most efficient layout for free buildings of the same type. Each glass kiln is producing glass at 75% quicker than individual structures. Decisions like this will get you promoted before you know it. Time for a raise. So now we just have to sell 50 glass. There we go. Build an elemental quarry on silicon. What happened to our silicon things? Ah. Oh, here we go. So we obviously forgot to do that, didn't we? Let's see if we can just put on the... No. Oh, we got... No autos... I can't even remember what it's called. But it's not there. Whatever, we'll just have to put up with the screen tearing. So we got all our objectives about to be completed. And how's things looking? Good. Fantastic work. Top-notch performance. It can be easy to lose your head when the market heats up. Keeping your cool and focusing on results shows that you have what it takes to compete. Our business is rolling along with a glass sale. You have solid cash influx that gives you options for moving forward. A side benefit of having a strong business is that the colony benefits as well. Win-win. You can see that the colony has grown since it started working together. That is due, in large part, to our hard work. Earth is hoping that colonies can revive humankind's future, but it's business like ours that will ensure their success. We don't influence the colony grows, but the expansion efforts of the colonies greatly affect the prices of resources. This is the shipping and receiving heart of the colony. Every resource bought or sold finds its ways through this port. Rolling over the port will provide you with an overview of the colony's consumption. As a business, we care a lot about construction materials. The colony is populated by citizens, and their life support needs make up for the majority of their consumption. And what are the buildings around the port? The most important structures are the habitat units that allow the production of the colony to grow. The more the colony grows, the more they consume. The colony has a large number of specially treated structures it will utilise when it expands. Foundries, laboratories, machine shops, offices, warehouses, to name a few. You can always roll over the structures to learn more. Fantastic. Okay. So how does it help our bottom line? Just like corporations, colonies are people. After a busy day at work, people sometimes need to take a break and blow off some steam. Who knows what people need more than a well-run business? No one, that's who. Maisie Song is going to tell you about the amazing revenue stream that results from a well-placed pleasure dome. The pleasure dome is a place where workers can take a break from long hours of toil. They pay handsomely for a release from the daily grind. As more people arrive in the new habitats or upgraded company headquarters, it can become quite a lucrative revenue stream. We should build one next to the colony, preferably adjacent to as many habitat units as possible. Real estate is always about location, location, location. So where's our habitat? Oh, it's down here. Construct a pleasure dome. Must have 40 electronics. There we go. Right there, location, location, location. Can't be better than that, could it? That's going to take 10 years for our transport to come over and build our pleasure dome. Here he comes. And there's nothing else we can be doing at this point, tutorial wise. Right. Perfect! You really know how to make the best of a good idea. By strategically placing the pleasure dome between all those habitats, you've ensured optimal profits. Strong decision is the way to rise to the top. It's really been a pleasure to walk you through the Seneca way. You rock! Pleasure dome is going to provide a nice income for us, and that's...
Pleasure dome is completed. I wonder what goes on in there.
And that's what business is all about. Finding out what people need and selling it at an inflated rate. You are now certified to plan and execute a successful business by Seneca Development. Before leaving, please sign this non-disclosure and non-compete. Should we refuse? Let's climb the corporate ladder. Fun times are ahead. Make it work. Learn from reclamation industries what it takes to win a market competition against economic rival. Being morally flexible is a plus. Reclamation industries provides opportunities for hard workers beset by unfortunate circumstances. By committing to a 5-year contract, debts are forgiven, records are expunged. Sam Moreno will show you how to identify a ideal founding location for setting up successful scavenger outpost, and a good way to start off strong. The colony of New Amsterdam has just opened its borders to outside investors. It's quite possible that you will face some competition in the marketplace. I think that's what this game's all about, competition. A new home. There are a few things you need to know about reclamation industries before you can help us found the Scavenger HQ. First off, we don't use stainless steel as a building material. It's good for stuff that's over-engineered, but our lower safety standards allows us to use carbon compounds as a primary building material. Carbon is found in and around impact craters. We can extract it rapidly and convert it into a wide range of construction supplies. People question using construction materials that haven't been field tested yet. People should really mind their own business. We also use aluminium and glass to build our structures. So why is the map dark? So, time to learn how to identify a good spot and set up shop. The most important choice you're going to make is one's required. The most important choice you're going to make is one of the first ones required. The most important choice you're going to make is one of the first ones required. Oh, okay. So the first choice you make is the most important. Where to set up Scavenger HQ. We know the locations of mineral deposits surrounding the nearby colony, but we need to perform deep scans. Basic scouting and recon. Click an area nearby to perform a magnetic resonance scan. This is where we know resources are, but we do not know how much more than that. We're expecting you to spot a few good locations before you decide where we find. Don't let us down. Water. Silicon. Aluminium. Medium. Low. Okay, so we can do a bit of special as long as it's in that radius. More efficient. That's a solid spot found. It provides the construction supplies critical for upgrades, along with plenty of water to support the life supply needs of our crew. Oh, AFK. I'm wondering what was going on there when I saw a dog walk around the corner. Unexpected visitor. Nothing. Okay, I'll be resuming in just a minute. Okay. Let's get this back on the road. It's like all these people coming and watching my hello screen. All right, nice and balanced. This is a solid spot to found the scavenger HQ. It provides the construction supplies critical for upgrades, along with plenty of water to support the life supply needs of place. So a balanced location does seem smart. So, oh, we've only scanned. Okay, so we go scan. Oh wow. Yeah, got all that. Just scanning cost. Let's scan that way a bit. Let's do some clever scanning. Ooh. Oh, device, resources, so many options. Here's an interesting spot. It's tricky because the construction resources aren't strong and the closest water isn't great. But silicon is always useful for both glass and electronic production. And having a geothermal so close makes this location very tempting. Keep that in mind. Start here would be slow to get off the go. Get off the get-go, okay. So, alright, so that's the colony. And we're founding out of the colony. Fast upgrades. Hell of a lot of carbon and aluminium. There's absolutely no water there. This would give us a fast start and will allow quick upgrade with plenty of core construction materials. I wish there were better supply of water nearby. Life support matters. Some of us even brought our families on this venture. Our luck seems to be running high, making me no longer regret letting you tag along. Since it seems you're so charmed, why don't you give the call on where to found Scavenger HQ? But don't I need to know more? When we found any resources, not found as in we found something, found as in we placed something. Come on, get the terminology right, Dan. When we found any resources under Scavenger HQ, get strip mined. It's a good burst of resources, but we can't access them as supply later. You can always spend time carefully weighing the strengths of every hard call, but there comes a time when you need to trust your instincts. Time to decide. Okay, so reclamation, best spot. No best spot, so we're literally forced to go in a particular area. So we get a balanced start, a diverse range of resources, slow upgrade options, balance. It's just like, it calls it balance, but there's so much water there. Shall we go for balanced? Right, we've taken a huge chance moving out here. Some of us didn't have much to lose in the first place. I wasn't satisfied working hard for another to profit. Frank couldn't afford his home payment and now he's got a 5-year plan. Different backgrounds, same goals. Some of our crews are even recently paroled. The one thing we all have in common is hope. Is Frank a criminal? Watch it. Just cause some of us has debts to repay doesn't mean you have the right to look down on me. No one lives a life without a few regrets. I'm willing to come to a full account for my shortcomings. Be careful about the conclusions you're willing to jump to. Enough of the lecture, our ship just landed and there's work to be done. Start gathering some construction materials and get water flowing to our headquarters. Okay. Let's get water pump. Oh, is that literally the only water pump we could have? Need approval. You suck. So construct a metal mine. Oh, we could do it all the way over there, but minus 0.37. We'll go over here so we can get fuel sorted. Let's get some carbon and yep. To elemental quarries on carbon. So we get our adjacent bonus. Good start. A new day dawns. Our debt has accrued. Already. Efficient and resourceful. I love reclamation industries. Where love is mine ore and have to refine it for steel, we build straight from carbon. It reminds me of a contract Henry Ford made with a machine shop. There were strict guidelines for how to package and ship engines they built, down to the type of wood used. After the engine was delivered, the crates were pulled apart and used as floorboards. Every angle was key to the design. A little something for nothing. Take care of our workers. Because our reputation, Scavenger HQ isn't just our business centre, it's also the primary residency for our workers. None of us expect easy living, but we do require our daily square and hot shower and clean air. We can take on some debt to buy oxygen and energy from the colony for now, but we should get some farms online before we take the next step. So, upgrade, scavenger. Okay. So, let's just get some food and water. Build a water pump. Build 2 greenhouse farms. Now where are the greenhouses? Got a Hackeray, Gilness, Climbers. There we go, greenhouse farm. Let's have it here. And another one. Oh, we can have it there. Alright, off to a good start. Don't need to worry about anything else. What's coming in? Anything coming in? %3 interest increase. Not bad. Fine start to this endeavour. We've got reliable production of most of our construction supplies, and we don't need to be buying food or water from the colony. We're in this together. Out here, so we can rely on. Indeed. But we need to buy oxygen. Hello, neighbour. Hi, I'm excited to be nearby your location for this business venture. So many new things are happening each day. Competition brings out the best in us. I'm expecting a package soon. Please let me know if you accidentally receive it. Looks like we've got some competition for New Amsterdam's business. Fresh from Yoshima, the latest in human replacement technology. Trusted helpers ever working till the end. More like helping the rich take even more. Damn robots. But they seem so nice to me. You should have snagged that vent while we had the chance. Now our competition has a shiny energy source and we're left high and dry. And it won't stop here. The whole endeavour is one big competition. We're fighting over the land, resources, and most importantly, colony business. What is our first move? To win the competition, we'll need to outsmart, outproduce, outsell. A good indicator of our value is our stock price. We always appear next to your name. Let's begin by producing some wind turbines so our energy costs don't become their profits. Okay. Next to our name here, share price. Energy. This is a great chance to make some extra cash with our surplus energy production. We could invest in more energy producers, but when the energy crisis is over, we'll be left with some useless land claims. If those bots hadn't snatched the geothermal source, we'd be the only energy suppliers in town. Too late now. Friends in low places, here is one of those times where being an undesirable is desirable. Our business is on the straight and narrow, but there are plenty of folks scrapping by, involved in activities that are less than legit. So many of our workers have suffered under the foam of big business, so many of these independents prefer working with us. Allow me to introduce myself. Call me Rasko Ilnikov. I represent a group of independent contractors operating wherever work's to be had on this frozen wasteland. We're called the Black Market Regulars by locals. If you're serious about surviving out here, you'll refer to us as a friend. We provide exceptional services at competitive prices. When you find it hard to compete with business as usual, we can provide more interesting options. We deplore organised crime of any type, which is why we are so proactive in damaging the interests of these so-called honest endeavours. There is nothing so organised, or so criminal in its nature, than what is commonly regarded as corporation. We will sell you the services and tools you will need to quickly remove that smug smile from the self-satisfied elites you're at loggerheads with. Rasko's a good man to have a friendship with. We're going to hire some of his associates to enact mutiny on the geothermal plant that the robots are proud of. There's money to be had on the energy market. We don't see a need to share it, so we're going to steal it. Our lives and futures are in line here. Most of us have families looking to come off-world with us. Fighting over the scraps here is an improvement over their lives on Earth. If it's a choice between me and the mine and some job-stealing corporate algorithms, you best believe it's not even a choice. If it even makes it easier, think of borrowing sugar from a neighbour. They'll get it back soon enough. Let's borrow the geothermal, black thermal mutiny. So the production is diverted. The geothermal plant is redirecting its power our way for a while. Time to enjoy the fruits of someone else's labour. Let's expand the scavenger HQ so we have land claims. With those claims, push into glass. We need glass to continue upgrading the scavenger HQ at a reasonable price. This will let us continue to move into new markets as they become valuable. We also would like to move into electronics. The robotic factories from Yoshima need electronics to upgrade. Their consumption will help move the price upward. They're also used to build some advanced buildings. Unfortunately, they simply won't have the claims to support that level of production for a while. It's better for us to stay focused in strong production than spreading ourselves too thin. Upgrade scavenger. Build a wind turbine. We didn't just upgrade. Hopefully we upgraded this. Build an elementary quarry on silicon. And build 2 glass kilns. Well, the question is claim tile. Can we not claim it? Oh, great. Construct glass kilns. So let's get this built over here. Alright. Why can't we claim this then? We've got 2 claims. So let us claim. Oh, we need to buy some. So we just buy 100. And then our glass kiln needs silicon. Yeah. I can't claim a tile. That sucks. Oof. Well, we've got 2 claims, so what am I missing? What am I missing? Oh. You suck. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now then. It's not letting us do now. It reckons we can claim it. Can't claim anything. Can we just construct? Did we already claim it? Am I being stupid? No, it does say it's unclaimed. Oh, you just literally build on it to claim it, do you? Who is neighbour? Do you retain a memory of this geothermal plant? Recalling its story brings up complex connections within. You don't understand our relationship to energy. We have carefully constructed an example. This is called a teachable time segment. Sorry, I was told to do it. And now we're going to get... Ooh. Better neighbour now. Human consumption equals food. Observe green factories of water consumption. EMP discharge will make these inoperable. Hunger and emptiness. Leave neighbour alone now. Please learn. How awful. I can't believe the nerve of them. Our people need that food to stay productive, and they know that. If they want to play hardball, we will certainly accommodate them. Let's buy some electronics to build a hacker array. The hacker array intercepts intraspace communication and adds a little something extra. Instead of food supplies are en route for delivery, no imminent delays present, the message received by the colonies becomes no food supplies, imminent delays present. The effects on price is almost immediate and provides us with a huge edge. Totally legit. So we need 20 silicon. How much? 20. Shift for 100, control for 1. And can we just put it where we want? Well, it's saying we need 2k. 2.1k? What's going on? We need to... Alright, we needed money. So, where can we put you? Here? Upgrade the scavenger HQ as well. Build a hacker array. Use a goon squad on your hacker array. Okay. That's next. When it's built, that is. It's going to take a while. Oh. Let's buy some fuel. So we're not accruing more debt. And... oh, that costs us
finished. Time to change our
a lot. Oh well, we're getting a debt. So hacker array, select hacker array. Alright. So, Goon Squad. Is this what this is over here? Purchase a Goon Squad. I'm glad to see the mutiny was to your satisfaction. Seems like you're getting good advice from Sam. Anytime you build something worth having, it pays to invest in some protection. My Goon Squad will ensure the safety and security of any location you are concerned about. Protection is not their only function. If a competitor is foolish enough to target a protected site, my team will capture and reverse engineer a response. Insurance policy. Did we not use it then? Okay, right. Now we do. Electronics looks promising. It looks like they're trying to take advantage of the attack they launched on our farms. Not as innocent and helpful as advertised. But what is? Seems they haven't decided to begin construction on electronics yet. Now is the time to get electronics production online and use the hacker array to short the supply, which will drive prices sky high. Okay. Use a hacker array to short circuits. Short electrics. Select it. Yeah. So that's the electronics. We have to select the building, and then alright, we do it by here, do we? So send out disinformation to convince the market that there is electronic shortage. So give the hackers time to get their job done and to spread some misinformation on the wire. Get those electronic factories constructed and make sure that our life support needs are taken care of. We've been borrowing from the colony long enough. Let's build some electrolysis reactors.
Dangerous explosives available to the highest bidder.
Oh. Let's see, place a bid. I'm still sore about that malicious attack on our farms. This dynamite could be used to teach those heartless machines a lesson in cause and effect. Don't worry about how much cash we have on hand. Auctions are paid by taking on a loan, which will increase our debt. Click on that bid button to raise the stakes and let those robots know we mean business. Oh, the dynamite is good, but not worth that much. They must be pretty desperate for revenge to pay through the nose. I'm not saying we've dropped on them at that price, but I think we've ended up with a better bargain. That plus our little insurance policy on the hacker array makes me smile. Let's get this other electrolysis. Go to electronics.
Price manipulations to begin shortly.
And then we want some O2. Yeah, that's where our electrolysis comes in, doesn't it? We're now in negative silicon. Hello again, our attention is once again diverted to behaviour which is unbecoming of a neighbour. You have built the array of lies A demonstration is prepared to hasten your retirement. Instead of deception, let me share the concept of destruction. But you probably shouldn't touch that for a robot.
We caught a dirty rat trying to break our stuff.
You mess with the bull. Try as hard as they might, they just can't keep up with us. Almost makes me feel bad for what we're about to do. Looks like we've got some free dynamite and a nice little target. Let's have some fun. So use the dynamite on your opponent. Let's do it on the electronics factory. There is concepts, kindness. I wish that this word was expressed better by you, our neighbour. This loss of our electronics factory brings me no happiness. It is with certainty that you are now labelled rival. We are only delayed. A repair is shortly forthcoming. Our relationship is beyond repair. Goodbye. You tried using that on me first. There you are. Gotta love a powerful statement some high-powered explosives can make. Making friends is fine, but this business you don't have a choice but to make some enemies. I hope you enjoyed trashing some automated bots. At Reclamation Industries, a fresh start is available for all. So many new friends. At least we can expand our record. Alright, better living. Through chemistry. New Meridian will show your methods to outpace the competition through the applied sciences. Economic disaster and a string of global crises brought fears of a modern dark age. The scientific community gathered in the emerging shadows to pledge themselves to preserve and expand humanity's knowledge regardless of cost. Ilana Cart and Silas Crichton united their international science teams to form New Meridians. Their sights set on expanding planetary exploration. By competing with the other Offworld Trading Companies, they hope to secure funding for even more ambitious projects. Join them to learn how to set up a fully optimized Martian business by balancing the pursuit of science with the desire for strong earning statements. Seizing opportunities where others see limits. Let's ride that robot. On Giant's shoulders. Thank you for joining our team and for deciding to build a better future together. The work here is the first phase of our greater mission. Dark days are in store for Earth, but if necessary progress is to be made here, our future will be secured. I'd like to introduce Dr. Silas Crichton. He's engineering mind responsible for our advanced design. Think different. All of the structures used by our competition are based on initial designs. We shared our research with everyone in the beginning. Our open source policy helps the colonization of Mars to occur at a rapid rate. Unfortunately, other companies using our innovations have no desire to reciprocate. We've continued to make significant upgrades. Where to start? I'll explain the hardware later. Now is the time to identify a good founding location. We build with steel, aluminum, glass, and we require a healthy supply of water. Because of our unique technological advances, where we put the scientific HQ is very different from more rudimentary corporations. You should look for a diverse spread of low resources instead of limited supply of high ones. I've seen everything. Some colonies invest the time and money into proper scanning and recording the geological resources deposits in their territories. Each competitor is given the same information, but there is a time-based charge associated with acting quickly. Aggressive business get access to prime real estate at a steep price. Please avoid the temptation to found immediately. The cost associated with founding quickly can put us into considerable debt disadvantage. Look around. Tick tock, tick tock. Oh, I see. So the starting debt is decreasing. while we have a look around for some decent resources. Seems like that's a good spread of resources over here. Buildings built over resources there. We even get a starting bonus. Should be built adjacent to iron. Should we build there now? Quite right. What a wondrous sight to behold. Our new home on top of the line, science facility and business centre rolled into one. It's now time to prioritise our production needs. Let's start with getting our building supplies online. Should be familiar with using mines, but we have a different approach. Dr. Kreischen designed and developed the latest in steel mill technologies. Instead of building a mine on the iron resource, place a steel mine. New Meridian steel mill will mine the iron that it needs as long as iron is present on the structure location. It saves time, energy, and land claims. Oh, and here they come. Looks like we're going to be friendly competitors for the business of Marth Wales. I'm not much of a talker, but I thought the kind word nearby competitor was required. Good luck with the work. Villainous swindlers. You can't choose your competition, but at times like this I wish you could. Not only do they use dangerous materials for their buildings, but their connections allow them to exploit the loose business regulations on Mars. They are happy to interfere in matters that are best left alone using means that are less admirable. So, build 2 steel mills. Build a metal mine. Build away. So what do we need? Electrolysis, oxygen, water. Yeah, we already got better share price just by waiting. Onward and upward. Rapid and efficient steel is not our only improvement. Once we discovered the advantage of this approach afforded, Dr. Crichton was not to be stopped. His ultimate goal was to ensure that we could minimise the collection of core resources and leapfrog others into harder to manufacture resources. Our improvements are so revolutionary it's hard to see how other approach could even begin to compete. Work smarter, not harder. Hard work is to be admired. It was the work of countless generations before us that preserved humanity from the perils of ignorance. There is now a gap between the great idea and the efforts required to realise it. A new paradigm is necessary. Take a look at the redesigned electrolysis reactor. Construct this at a site where water would normally be extracted. By passing the need to pump water with dedicated structure, we'll get our operations running quickly and smoothly. The advancements don't stop there. Choose a spot where silicon is present. Instead of primitive quarry, construct a glass kiln. Simply better, anyone with eyes can see that these are great innovations. The old way wasted precious land claims, required 4 separate structures and resulted in mediocre glass production. In 2 simple steps, we have glass production and we consume considerably less energy, all while maintaining flexibility. And remember, even with our great innovations, we're still able to benefit from adjacent structures. Make sure to leave space to expand our production later. Electrolysis, lots of water. And then silicon. I'm going to build here, thank you very much. You don't tell me what to do. I do it. Oh, but now we've got... Oh, Let's avoid accruing debts. Is that right now? Yeah. It's just increasing. So we built the first electrolysis reactor. I am so glad you took Dr. Crichton's advice. Some of us find the confidence in his approach unsettling. We took his guidance and applied his concepts efficiently. Beyond simplifying and expanding, we need a growth plan that would facilitate rapid innovation. A necessary evil, all of us at New Meridians are on Mars to expand the scope of human knowledge. We believe that science and its practical applications provide the best hope for preserving our species. Unfortunately, much of our time is consumed by business pursuits. Instead of focusing on the search for truth, we obsess over earning profits and cutting corners. The essentials: power, fuel, food. We need to get some of these mission critical resources online. New Meridian's businesses tend to transport more goods to our competition, so establishing a strong fuel supply can be more important than a strong food supply. We should also bolster our glass production, with the colony's warehouse needing constant supply of glass. Producing a surplus will give us plenty of cash for a rainy day. So we need to upgrade. So let's get us more of that. Glass kiln. Now what is going to give us energy? We want what? Maybe we'll go for power. It seems to be dark anyway. Build 2 power generators, so we'll get a second one going. We can afford it. Carbon, we need carbon. That gives us carbon. Why can't we buy any more carbon? We've got no funds, that's why. So sell. There we go. So 50% bonus for wind turbines. Just need more farms. Food. Need approval. Stuck in the tutorial from doing anything different. Good enough is neither. Most companies will be patting themselves on the back and congratulating themselves for a good use of resources. I am simply not interested in good. I require exceptional. For that to occur, we must continue to expand the scientific HQ. We must invest significant effort in research and development. Motivation and meaning. Should we be content in making a strong profit? I require the possibility of breakthrough in scientific understanding. Is life unique to Earth, or is it to be found elsewhere? Is humanity's existence an anomaly or culmination of all events? Our success here provides us with options for understanding our relationship with the cosmos. Chemical reactions. Dr. Crichton is a true visionary. Without his drive, we would never have gotten so far so quickly. To aid in his research, you should build chemical refineries. They convert the following. So, is that carbon? Carbon, fuel, gives us chemicals. A large supply of chemicals will allow us to rapidly iterate on this early experiments, moving us from observable anomalies to true discovery. Unfettered research. Being away from an environment that requires protection, we are able to pursue our research in ways unimaginable on Earth. This is a rare blue sky moment. We need to take advantage of it. Please set up our chemical manufacturing and infrastructure. Utilize our chemical refineries, building on locations that have carbon. Okay. Oh, construct chemicals on carbon. Carbon's over here. Need to upgrade. So build that. Build that. Trellises underwater. Yeah. Oh, our food and water's gone down again, but that should increase slightly. And then we've obviously got constructions up there. Now that we have our infrastructure in place, we can start to take advantage of our chemical production. We'll sell chemical surplus for a quick profit, but there's much more we can do. We need water too. We've got a small water shortage we need your help with. By using the only advanced buildings available, we have sidestepped the need to collect water. Instead of dedicating a land claim to pump water, we can utilise another option. The services of a mule. We weren't the first scientists here in need of resources. A generation before us, Dr. Bunton pioneered the use of mules. These unique mechanical contraptions provided supplies for the first settlements. All of the field units have long since been decommissioned, but there are some that are still functional, available through black market. Hire one. How cute. It's certainly less advanced than our mining structures, but it is fully untethered from the limitations of land claims. Running free over this foreign landscape, it makes me wonder what it was like to be among the first ones here to explore untouched world. Perhaps I can adopt this mule after its mission is complete. Oh, that does it for a while as well. Coolio. Build an optimization center. Electronics 40. What we've got a lot of. Where can we place you? What is this? There we go.
Pirates.
Oh.
I hate those filthy bandits.
Darn it. This is the type of low-class behaviour that accompanies reclamation industries wherever they go. I'd like to think of better of our competition, but they have already proven themselves to be unworthy. These despicable pirates interrupt shipments and share their spoils with their investors. Our chemical supplies appear to be their target. Perhaps they are jealous of our efforts and intellect. Total jerk faces. Whoops. Sorry about those chemicals, the pirates, and to be brutally honest, our involvement in the whole deal.
Time to start improving everything.
We've had a hard time securing good sources of carbon at this locale. Carbon is critical to our growth, and seeing you aggressively claim carbon tiles for the esoteric purposes really raises my hackles. I decided to revert to unfriendly means to balance scale. Obstacles. The pirates will leave eventually, but at that moment they are significantly slowing down the supply rate of our chemicals. This delay will impede our progress. Like it's significantly decreased. Mind you, I don't know what it was originally. Optimization through chemicals. The optimization center allows us to dramatically increase the output of our buildings. These breakthroughs require increasingly larger amounts of chemicals. Once structural improvement is discovered, the upgrade route is automatically deployed, which allows rapid improvements to our infrastructure. I suggest we try to outpace their thievery through increased rate of chemical refinement. So a big upgrade. So how do we optimize chemicals? There we go. So we click this tab, little microscope, and then we can acquire improved chemical production. And that will be done in 30 seconds, is it? Technological advances, like most worthwhile pursuits, take time. While we wait for the appropriate breakthroughs, why not focus on other areas we could improve? We could benefit from having food production. Advanced farms. Our farming equipment is able to automatically extract moisture from any water source it's placed on. What an accomplishment. Dr. Crichton just recently discovered how automatically extract the water from the structures placed on ice. To be honest, you would have thought that would be the easiest and most obvious breakthrough. Well, you don't get any bonus for by going there, do you? So I'll just have to put it there. On water too, you want? Fine. 2 greenhouse farms on water. So that's what you want. And these guys are still sort of expanding, and the colony is expanding. These pirates are still about, and we built the first greenhouse farm.
Pirates. I hate those filthy bandits.
Clearly their efforts to thwart our progress will continue. Alright. There are a few ways to handle oneself when hostility like this is expressed. Your first option is to take your frustrations out on your enemy. Repay each attack with an escalated response. Your second is to allow a hot embers of hate to cool, then use your resolve and intellect to develop a counter strategy. The good fight. If we allow ourselves to simply lash out against our opponent, I fear we will allow the old earth ways to shape our future. There is a way to progress further, which will move us beyond the reach of attacks like these. It's actually shooting me. Let's watch. Yeah. Alright, takes resources away. Hopefully we can outlast the temporary frustrations of these infractions. Dr. Crichton has another innovation. Disruptive. Our transportation network makes us very susceptible to attacks, and that vulnerability has been exploited by these good-for-nothing criminals. I have never been satisfied with half measures and compromises. Instead of playing a game of cat and mouse with these scoundrels, we should opt out of the game completely. So, let's construct a patent lab. With science, the patent lab provides us with the ability to discover the technologically of tomorrow today. After construction is complete, we can start researching teleportation. We'll be able to send and receive shipments while bypassing these unfriendly skies completely. We just need to make sure we keep Dr. Brundle away from the telepods. So, electronics. How many do we need? 20. Let's build it right there. Exciting times. Dr. Crichton told me about your ambitious strategy. Teleportation will be a real game changer. That kind of research will require more chemicals. It's a good idea to invest in another level of optimization for the refineries. While we're at it, we need more water. The mule was a good stopgap, but it's time to build a water pump. What do we got? +1. 1.1. Let's build one here then. Plus 1.65.
Is constructed. Let's get our science on.
Teleportation. In about 50 seconds. Build a water pump. Optimize chemicals. Oh, there's always a storm around here. If it's not a solar flare, it's a dust storm, eh? Seems that the electromagnetic storm really hit your shipment pretty hard. No worries though, our operations were spared. We're making sure any supplies you need are available for the right price. We're on our way. Don't let that bully bother you. Pretty soon, this scheming will become a complete waste of time. All of this research that we're involved in is resulting in some pretty high power consumption. I think it's time to add another strong power supply to make sure we don't lose any ground moving forward. Well, still need to get this improved chemicals and build a power regulator. A power generator? Oh yeah, just any sort of power generator. So what do we need? 13k worth of silicon, 100 silicon. And now we need... what? Oh, build the... what? Whoops. Oh my god.
Methods continue to improve.
Language. Let's just sell 100 food. Because we need... there we go. Constructs a wind turbine. Right, so that should get us on the way again. I don't know how I did this with some dodgy spending. Aluminium is like worth nothing. It's crashed, the market crashed. So could sell oxygen. Paradigm shift. This is a real game changer. We're totally protected from nefarious actions of criminals and mercenaries. We'll be able to continue to increase our productivity. It's always a good thing to trust in science. It'll start off strong and finish even stronger. New Meridian's not looking for new planets to explore, we're looking for great minds to exploit. And I think we found the one. Future proof. Great job on your work with teleportation. Not only is it an important scientific breakthrough, it also provides us with an exclusive patent. You should consider spending some of our chemical supplies to research thinking machines. This improved AI will be deployed in our operating systems. Whenever any of our equipment suffers an attack, the improved repair routines make sure everything is back online half the time. We're still in business. Don't forget that we're still here to make money. I think it's time to diversify interests. Move into electronic production by building a few electronic factories. You've probably gotten used to expecting the unexpected, so you know that factories should be placed on either carbon or silicon. So first of all, alright, approved. Electrics. Probably wanted paint and thinking machines. Is this the patent button? There it is. So that's queued up, and then I want to acquire the improved electronics. Okay. Upgrade the science HQ. Build 2 electronic factories. Can build it right close to base. That's a good place to be. Looks like that electronic factory needs carbon to be productive. The one downside to our advanced building design is that we can ignore certain critical resources. It happened with water, now it's happened with carbon.
Optimization routine successful.
There is a powerful option that you can use to help supply our buildings. Auto supply. You can activate auto supply on any building type. It ensures that you don't have the requisite supplies that will be bought at the marketplace, assuming you have the necessary cash. This keeps production running even if there's a disruption in supply. You need to select the building, turn on auto supply. Simples. There we go. Excelsior! Very well done. You've become quite adept in the sciences and have applied your training proficiently. I hope you can see how important our work on Mars is. We hope your knowledge and excitement grows, not just for science, but for the critical work New Meridians is dedicated to accomplishing. I'll take over from here. Good luck in your future endeavours. Cheers, ears. The power of tomorrow. Today. Oh, so much speaking. Dry throat. So, Paolo Rubini will be our life coach while we achieve new levels of personal greatness. Paolo Rubini will teach you the secrets of unlocking the power within through positive thinking and visualization techniques he has spent a lifetime mastering. His experience in business and cognitive development will equip you to make the most out of every opportunity. You will learn with enough effort that you will be able to succeed at nearly anything. By the end of your training, you too will be equipped to realize your full potential. Seneca, a new generation of great capitalism. Fantastic start. What we have here is a beautiful start to our new Harlem business. We've got a good supply of resources that our customer needs, and we're on track for record profits. The problem is that we have competition for their attention, which means we have competition for their money. Our goal is to become New Harlem's exclusive supplier. Greed is good. The desire for more, regardless of circumstances, is the driving force behind human ambition. We need to identify the high-priced goods required by the colony and be able to beat our rivals to the punch. If we're able to outproduce and outsell our opponents, we'll reap the benefits of success. The goal is not just to be greedy for money, but for their business. The right stuff. You can clearly see some of the most expensive resources are food and electronics. Yep, food is expensive. and electronics is, well, yeah, it's expensive. We should quickly build more farms and factories so we can take advantage of these prices. At this, we will use the remainder of our claims. We should also go ahead and upgrade. This will give us a nice influx of capital immediately, as well as opportunities to expand our sales into the future. Let's not count the chickens, get a move on. Cluck, cluck. So let's upgrade. Build free electronics. Let's see, like one there, one there, 75% bonus there. We need to build a greenhouse farm. This is 75 bonus there. Brilliant. So we've got the first electronics factory. Oh, apparently we're competing with 3 other opponents here now as well. That could be problematic. Stock valuation. Nice hustle. I knew Maisie's faith in you was not misplaced. Take a look at the list of names in the upper right corner. You'll see everyone who's fighting for New Harlem's business. Each company has 10,000 shares available for purchase. The dollar figure is the per share value of each corporation. Shares and ownership. Shares of a company can only be purchased in 1,000 share blocks. Each of those blocks represented by the 10 blocks underneath the share value. At the moment you own 4,000 shares of our company. Most companies own a few blocks of their own stocks. You can buy a 1,000 share block, not only your company, but any company competing for business. Control and ownership. It initially doesn't make sense to drop liquid assets into stocks, but you have to realize that stock ownership is equivalent of control. Take note of the way the stock blocks are divided in the middle. Your opponents are ever able to buy open stock that exceeds that mark. If you lose control of your company and become a subsidiary of your rivals. Once you acquire 50% of your company, the majority ownership is given special status. Your control of the company cannot be removed by buying one additional block, but must be done in one fell swoop. Hostile takeover. Buying stock from a company's founder also accrues a double payment. So any additional stock you purchase becomes a firewall, protecting you against being an easy target. So 20,000 resources. Oh, there we did. Buy one block of our stock. Sizing up the competition. Congratulations on being the majority shareholder of our corporation. Our controlling interest would be the cost. A rival over 295,110 to purchase, so the vultures will be kept at bay for a little bit. It's time to evaluate our opponents and spot potential weaknesses. At the moment, Rennie 6 has both the cheapest and most stock available. That's our clear target. Moneymakers, we already have a good amount of production dedicated to food and electronics. We're going to need more glass moving forward. It looks like the price is going to remain strong for the foreseeable future. Let's stay ahead of the curve and commit to increasing our glass production. Also, notice that Rennie's stock price is low and he has a lot of stock left on the market. Acquire a couple and see how he responds. So, build a glass kiln. There we go, we get 50% bonus by being here. And then we can buy 2 blocks of Rennies. Okay, unfriendly in the utmost. Perhaps we're not progressing as quickly as is required. Is it our weakness that makes you act with such aggression? Is it not our work here releasing an undue burden from your doorstep? Let our work continue. Reassess the array of rivals. Consider another target with your ambition. Masters of the universe. Rennie 6 seems to have stumbled out of the gate. It's really a kindness to buy him out swiftly. On the subject of speed, it's time to consider building an off-world market. Out of all the advanced buildings, it is the most costly to construct. It's worth every dollar. The platinum rush in the asteroid belt has made certain miners wealthy. We help them unload their newfound riches and provide them with life support and other supplies. To infinity and beyond. The Offworld market is a large platform that can deliver resources to the asteroid mining facilities. You can take a look at Offworld prices by selecting the rocket icon in the lower left corner of the screen. You can see how much more food is worth Offworld than Mars. The potential profits are good. You should start construction on an Offworld market immediately. The market will take quite a while to build, so feel free to have a look what the competition is up to while you wait. Alright, Offworld. We'll build it there. Might build it somewhere else. Yeah, we'll stick it there. The Offworld market is a real game changer. By being the first to construct one, you're painting a bullseye on yourself. Oh dear. I suggest you veil your Offworld market from sight and try to remain under the radar. This is where holographic technology can play a vital role. A hologram can be obtained from the black market. It allows you to disguise the Offworld market as something more innocuous. Okay. And what will it turn into? We'll find out. You can see the little holographic shield around it. It's going to be a greenhouse. But doesn't the fact that it's taking ages to build show it's actually something less than what it is? Something more than what it should be?
Offworld market is assembled. Our fortune awaits.
The hologram will protect you from some unwanted attention. Let's take advantage of this brief window to rake in the dough. You can pull the Offworld market shipping controls by either selecting the building or the rockets in the lower left corner of the screen. Look at the numbers. The leftmost prices are the resources value Offworld. That's the initial number to compare to the Martian prices. So I guess that is these values here. The other numbers are the profits from shipping that particularly good. Each shipment costs 20 aluminium for the rocket and 20 fuel to launch. Green means profits. Remember, successful businesses are run by decision makers, not mathematicians. Okay. Launch 100 food with 15k. Offworld shipments. After you've set up a delivery with the Offworld market, you have to wait for the rocket to be prepped and loaded. Personally, these are the moments that make me the most excited. It reminds me of why I got involved with this venture to begin with. You have to be careful not to relax though. Even though we look to be poised to jump ahead of the competition, we must remain ever vigilant and jealousy to protect our advantage. Automated launches. Instead of micromanaging individual launches, you need to know how to set up a series of repeated shipments. This begins with pulling up the Offworld shipping controls. Instead of clicking once to order a single shipment, you can shift click a resource to create repeat order. The beauty of this is the ability to queue up different resources to watch the money come rolling in.
Offworld shipment launched.
Off it goes. What a windfall! That's well deserved and poverty earned pile of cash. Properly earned pile of cash. Now we need to decide what to do with it. We could take these profits and invest in growing our infrastructure. But it's pretty clear Rennie 6 is in trouble. I suggest we lend our hand. Do not confuse help with a bailout. We need to help ourselves to their Model If price stock. By doing so, we can aid Rennie 6 into much needed vacation. Let's go for a couple of more. I'm not launching food, so shift clicking. Buy 2 blocks of Rennie's stocky. It's increasing, so buy it quick. Okay. Looks like you aim to put Rennie 6 out of business. I can't say I disagree. I figured I would help speed up the process along to ensure that their conversation to your subsidiary wasn't just a benefit to yourself. Hopefully you'll appreciate this kind gesture and perhaps return the favour sometime down the road. Unexpected data set. What effects led to such a cruel set of reactions? This was never a predicted outcome. My operating procedures were clear. My execution was without flaw.
What a payout.
The models and forecasted outcomes were well within the margin of error. Please do not initiate my early retirement. There is much good work left to be done. Killer instincts. Obviously, Rennie 6 has bigger problems than mismanaging resources and an underdeveloped communication chip. It's time to pull the trigger and buy that 6th block of stocks. Once you do that, Rennie 6 will be removed from the equation and the business will become our subsidiary. We won't be in direct control of their assets, but the subsidiary does provide a steady revenue stream based on existing productions. Let's see. Oh, we can buy it. There we go. Boom. A subsidiary of our own. There are a few things sweeter than removing a business from the control of a poor manager. Don't get drunk on your success. There's still quite a bit more work to do. Rennie 6 made himself an easy target. I guarantee that the other two won't go down as easily. That's why we have to build on our success quickly. Upgrade the expansive HQ to maximum capacity so that we can start construction on another off-world market and improve our production across the board. So level 5 is the highest, is it? It's a shame we don't seem to get adjacency effects for off-world thingamabobs. Not going to let us do that. So build a greenhouse farm. Electrolysis reactors. Okay.
Offworld shipment launched. Look at all the money.
Look at all the money. Build a power generator. Should we claim all the way over there, get +2 for a geothermal vent. I mean, why can't we spend another hologram? So we've got 12,000 on that. That's going down, so we shift click, get 10,000 on that. Sending off
a robotics HQ
our
has
cabin.
been upgraded.
It's a significant increase, isn't it?
Launch affirmative. What a payout.
So, Silas Crichtonbot shares himself. Always be closing. Have you gotten a good taste of what it's like to be winning yet? Wait a minute, do you even know what our corporate goal is here? I rushed ahead to implement a business
Scientific
strategy
HQ has been upgraded.
without first breaking down high-level objective. We need to acquire our competition, which will secure an exclusive trade agreement with New Harlan.
Successful off-world shipment.
Unstoppable.
Make room for the profits.
I think it's time to get hostile with the parolees. San Marino has already demonstrated a desire to play rough. Their connections with the black market could really dampen our momentum. We're going to try to move quickly, hopefully avoiding a protracted battle over company ownership. I suggest you utilise the black market to purchase Adrenaline Boost. It's a safe and legal stimulant that enhances productivity where it's administered. Using that on off-world market should be exciting. Boom. So, is that going to be an immediate? By controlling interest in Sam. How's he sure got so small? Nice of it to make it just 1,000. Aggressive maneuvers. Here I was believing we're all friendly and whatnot, working together to take out that good-for-nothing robot. I'm not sure why you kicked over this particular hornet's nest, but you've got my attention. You should consider leaving us be, perhaps even divesting yourself of your interest in us. That is, if you're interested in surviving.
A robotics HQ has been upgraded.
Off-world shipment launched. Look at all the money.
Those 5 blocks of shares Sam was able to buy are just enough to protect her from losing control of the company. Our only option is to take her company out of the equation by staging a very expensive hostile takeover.
What a payout.
Instead of buying 1 block of stock, we'll have to buy those 5 remaining as a set. They'll cost twice the price as the normal stock acquisition. We're also running low on a few key resources. Seems to me that someone should be a little more careful with the refueling of those delivery rockets. Here's a well-known fact you may not be too familiar with. Jet fuel is quite flammable. Sarcasm. Perhaps you'd like to move your focus from an aggressive, unwanted business takeover to taking better care of your own business. Just a suggestion. Time for some closure.
Make room for the profits.
I was hoping to avoid this violent activity. There's really no way around it, and Reclamation Industries is not known for their subtlety. We got so caught in our outselling everyone, we forgot to protect our second off-world market. Thankfully, the other one is still going strong due to the hologram. After this aggressive move, the stakes are clear. Time to end it. And we just did. It only cost us 11,000.
Off-world shipment launched. Look at all the
Build a water pump. And an elemental quarry. On the silicon. Okay. Can we actually buy more into us as well? Oh, so we can. I knew you had it in you, this kind of relentless drive I wish I could instill on all of my employees. No matter how often I tell the team to be their own CEO and to their own outcomes, they still don't get it.
A robotics HQ has been upgraded.
Still work to be done. Don't get too carried away over our success. There is a burning pile of rubble, that was our off-world market. We need to get that repaired and back online. Silas Crichton has been left alone, and if we allow him to get his research on, he'll quickly surpass our production capabilities. Keep the financial pressure going. Repair the off-world market. Boom. Purchase filthy pirates from the Black Narrator. Let's make sure we take care of our investment this time around. I'm pretty sure Crichton doesn't know about our hologram protected off-world market, so all we really need to do is hire goon squads. Get on that, don't delay. We want to make sure that there isn't a delay in getting both off-world markets operational. Alright, so I'll purchase a goon squad for you. Filthy pirates. And where is Silas? Silas is here. Seems like that's a nice,
successful off-world shipment.
nice spot
Make
for
room for the profits. Pirates. I hate those
putting
filthy
pirates. Less than expected. This typical behaviour reserved from the incarcerated. Are you really so desperate to stifle our progress that you would resort to such depths of depravity? I guess your behaviour proves that the line between criminal and corporation has truly vanished. You may hinder our progress, but realise science and knowledge is ultimate to prevail over greedy and ignorance. Organised labour. We need to make sure Crichton isn't able to get his footing to put up a fight. Many a hostile takeover is foiled by a speedy recovery and a focused response. It's a safe bet. He has a goon squad protecting his off-world market. You should consider investing a slowdown strike, which is available on the black market. A targeted area will be influenced by a local union representative, which will disrupt the output of work. Bypasses any goon squad protection since they are sympathetic. This is rocket. Yeah.
Launch affirmative. What a payout.
Building strike. Come on. Perform a hostile takeover of Silas. Seal the deal! All of Crichton's available stocks have been purchased. The next block of stock you need to buy is under his control. This will cost you twice the value because you're buying it from the controlling shareholder. Our focus will shift to buying the rest of the controlling interest in his company. The purchase of that set of 5 blocks of stock will result in another hostile takeover and will ensure we are exclusive providers of the goods and resources for New Harlem. Done.
Offworld shipment launched. Look at all the money.
Heck of a job. You stayed focused and energized, and you made a deal after deal until our rivals ended up being our subsidiaries. This is the kind of approach you need to continue with if you plan on setting up a winning streak. In fact, if you follow in my footsteps, you too will become truly unshakable wherever you decide to apply yourself. By the end of your training, you too will be equipped to realize your full potential. Fantastic. Achieving the unimaginable. We'll get this last tutorial done and that'll be it for the stream, I think. Oh, it's giving me earache having these headphones on. Okay, so Georgie 5 will highlight the unique challenges of operating a business on the moon of Io. Yoshima Robotics has decided to expand their business into the education sector, creating a franchise of for-profit colleges. Spearheading their latest efforts is Joji 5. He was among the first to successfully harness the energy of this dangerous moon. If you want to achieve greatness, now is the time. Don't miss out on this exciting educational opportunity. Trusted helpers, ever working till the end. That poor rabbit. Guess he's back. Back again. It's hard to imagine how you're prepared to handle running a business on Io. I assume that is why you've decided to participate in this educational offering. What was once a charming determination is now becoming a desperate search for meaning. Perhaps you can be convinced to return to Earth. The word inhospitable is quite apt when describing the moon of Jupiter. A brave new world. Extreme radiation requires safety precautions which decrease efficiencies. Massive temperature differences present a challenge for even our robotic workforce. Apparently, obstacles like this excite the imagination of humanity. Your future is bleak indeed. There's no reliable source of water. If you want to avoid a failed state, you will need to address this deficiency. Oxygen from frozen sulfur dioxide. The sub-zero temperatures do provide a frozen source of oxygen that can be easily captured by a well-placed solar condenser. So construct a solar condenser on a grey block for O2. Hydrogen from the atmosphere. Radiation is not the only provision from Jupiter. Hydrogen is expelled and present in Io's atmosphere and can be gathered by ion collector. Free fuel. So, fine, we'll put that there. Construct an ion. 50% bonus for being next to solar panels. Got uranium. It's a new resource. Need to build 2. There we go. I'll get that finished. I like the effects to the building blocks. It's like 3D printer effects. Very, very cool. Oh, fancy. Wombo combo. You now have the individual resources required to produce water. You simply need to construct a water processor. This reaction generates a delicious bit of energy as a byproduct. Technically a food. Some of our customers have complained about the quality of food grown on Io, yet these same customers have no desire to pay for imported foods. Food grown on an irradiated planet with a high density of sulfur must be an acquired taste. Build water processors. Alright, okay. We get a 75 bonus there. And how about... Oh, right, okay. Get more for being next to a solar condenser, or is it? 85%, we'll go for that. Get ourselves another greenhouse farm. We got 50% bonus, 50%, 50%. Just for being there. What are you? Elemental quarry? Well, that'll do. It's the best bonus we can get out of this. Exceptional, amazing work. I continue to explore flattery as a strategic interaction when working with humans. Following directions, especially directions that promote survival, should not require praise. There will be a brief survey at the end of the mission. I hope you achieve high mark. Scarcity. Perhaps you can understand my strong recommendation to leave the work on Io to your robotic siblings. 7 claims to achieve a minimal level of life support, and you have yet to establish a path for profitability. If food was the optimum intake for energy, the Yoshima engineers would have designed us differently. Abundance. This is an amazing surplus of energy resources on Io. The radioactive surface of Io is a result of its proximity to Jupiter and provides many uranium sources. The green block represents uranium deposits. Warning, resources on Io deplete when mined. So delicious. To release the flavors in uranium, you need to build nuclear power plants. The closest human experience to power from uranium is pie. Wonderful slice after slice it takes. It's hard to concentrate on this communication thread. Secret nuclear. What? I'll build a metal mine. And then build 2 nuclear power plants. What do we get? 75, we get a 50 there, but if we build another one we would have got 75. And if we put it there, if we do build another uranium mine we'll get the optimum. Efficiency, and that is what we're looking for. Optimal building placement. Nearly done. Okay. At one point in Earth's history, similar power plants provided energy for the human consumption. Many were constructed close to population centres. Some were even constructed near geological fault lines. We are proud to have such fearless parental figures to emulate. What is this? Hard at work foundries. These energy sources have made Io the only logical location to develop a large-scale foundry operations. Instead of colonies filled with humans trying to make a new world, these centres of productivity run on reliable automated workforce. The raw resources of the asteroids are refined here and then sent back to Earth to help rebuild. Magma smelting. Io is ideal as a refinement hub because of the high number of active volcanic surfaces. A well-positioned foundry can utilise active lava flows in a cost-effective manner. We've needed to upgrade our structures to remain dependable partners. Heat shielding as well as lead coating has been added to all our structures. This added overhead is well worth the expense. Basalt platforms. These basalt lakes represent dangers for organic and robotic life alike. They are well worth the risk, for they provide excellent opportunity for optimizations. So, need 10 steel. Interesting how we got there and there. Build it on a lake, build it on a lake, build it on a lake. There we go. Let's check it out. Oh, I need to build a steel mill as well. I get 75% bonus over here. So that's where it can go. Yeah, those look like kids' Duplo blocks. If only one of them was a circle, that would have been perfect. Steel mill, now complete. Strictly better. It should be clear, the basalt platforms provide a plethora of upgrades over more traditional mining options. I'm told that innovation has two parents. Necessity, desperation, both in high supply. Food supplements. Synthetic meat is a patent that allows farms to produce food at an enhanced rate. The only drawback is that the food has an interesting odour. The nutritional deliverables are satisfactory enough, I am told. Very pragmatic. Offworld elevators. Early rocket tests on Io resulted in unwanted atmospheric conditions. No way. Yushima Robotics helped develop a new type of off-world market, one that uses uranium instead of fuel. To build the space elevator, you need a large stockpile of glass, aluminium, electronics. So we'll build 2 steel mills. I've got one there. should give us extra bonus. A bit of bad news. Resources on Io deplete quickly. It's a very source of aluminium and provided a nice start, but it shows itself to be quite unreliable. As you withdraw resources at the rate of extraction may decrease. The value of optimization centers has simply increased. So, build metal mine. Construct another glass kiln. Get 75 bonus there. Sure, why not? Danger! Danger! High radiation. These stars pose a threat to biological life as well as to complex circuitry. That is why our construction requirements have been so rigorously updated. Regardless of the quality of our engineering, these storms reduce the shipping capabilities by 15%. Fortunately, our iron collectors receive a production boost. Let's see, patent. Construct a patent lab. Let's put you over there. Oh, dangerous place. The quakes here are rather extreme in their nature. The ground shakes so violently that many buildings experience fail state. Perhaps now you can see how bothersome trying to succeed here will be. Very bothersome. Okay. Build electronics.
The patent lab is constructed. Let's get our science on.
Oh wow. Nice. Nice indeed. We're not repaired at all. Wow, this is like the first tutorial that we haven't accrued any debt in. Yeah, that new. So, synthetic meat is also what we required, wasn't it? The space elevator. Oh, at least we can see the top end of the limit. Launch your resources to the asteroid belt for insane profits.
The space elevator is complete. Let's watch our profits climb.
Yeah, we just have to wait for the synthetic meat. Can we just say use it? What should we do? 38, 40k. Don't even have enough. Oh, let's do it. Well, we have enough. Is it going to let us build? No, we're locked out of it. Okay. Quite extraordinary. It looks like your perseverance isn't as broken as our initial interactions led us to believe. With this encouragement in mind, I would kindly request you refrain from overreacting in the immediate future. Looks like there is yet another IO quake to hit. IO quake. This is fine. Sometimes on IO surviving and repairing is a terrible company. His repairing a terrible company is enough to beat the competition. In fact, our experience here has led us to believe that not falling down the stairs is the new high bar. Would you be willing to participate in a brief survey about learning lessons? Yeah, certainly. Work on IO is dirty and hard. Sometimes it can be frustrating. Did Joji 5 provide you with enough information to understand the scope of challenge? Yes. Curriculum for success. Running an off-world business is a very large endeavour, filled with problems and obstacles. Do you feel Joji provides you the tools? Absolutely. Love and support. A unique identifier for human interaction is the need for a loving support structure which is fair and discouraged and not punished. Did Joji make you feel cared for? No. Thanks for nothing. I guess I didn't live up to your every expectation. I gave all I had, yet it wasn't quite enough for the likes of you. Perhaps I should have realised how disappointing of a student you would become. I look forward to your many attempts at proving me wrong. Joji is proud. Woo! Flippin' heck. Oh wow. Oh yeah, tutorials. I must. But what else does this offer? Single player. We've got another practice challenges. Learn through trial and error as playing as each corporation with progressive difficulty curves. Skirmish, a campaign, a daily challenge, an infinite map challenge, multiplayer, ranked, and a lobby, mod support. So lots of things there by Mohawk Games and published by Stardock. Hope you enjoyed that, gamers. This was Offworld Trading Company, available on PC. And if you didn't know, given that this is the 5th of March 2018, you can head straight over to Steam and play it for free for about another day or so. But that's me done for now. Oh, my ears. Hope you enjoyed the video, gamers, and until the next one, bye for now.